Good morning, everyone. It's Jo here from the York Buddhist Centre. We're just going to wait 5 minutes for people to gather, and then we're going to do a loving kindness meditation. So I hope you'll be able to join us. Please just get yourself comfortable in the meantime, or if you're watching this on Facebook and YouTube, you can always skip forward 5 minutes. Save yourself from watching me prepare. But it's great to have you here this morning, whether you're watching this on catch up or live. It's really good. It's a Friday morning, so I think it's a great start to the weekend. And I have my my new headphones here this morning. Oh, good morning, Sarah. I've taken a leap into 2021, in June, and I bought myself some jazzy headphones, so I hope the sound's okay. They're meant to have a little microphone on here, so hopefully you can hear me a bit better, but we'll see. I know they can also cause problems when people shift around, you get different noises, so let me know if it's too irritating and I'll take them off. But in the meantime, just settle in and get comfy this morning. Oh, good. Thanks for letting me know that, Sarah. The other thing that's happening at the moment that Shaki Padar probably mentioned is I don't get to see all the comments for some reason. I think the system's updated itself, so I can only usually see 2 or 3 of your comments now. The rest of you, I don't actually know that you're there, which is a real shame because I like knowing who's there and connecting with you all. But we'll solve it. I'm confident Shaki Padar will get to the bottom of it because she's very dedicated that way and not easily intimidated. Good morning, Helen. She's been busy trying to connect the centre up so that we can have our Sangha nights a bit more easily from the centre. But I think she's been foiled by a faulty TV. But you just know she's going to get there in the end. Good morning, Rose. Good to see you. Oh, I started falling out my ears already. It came with 4 sets of ear-shaped buds, and I dutifully tried them all out last night, and none of them were quite right. I must have strange ear canals, but this was the nearest. It makes you feel a bit alien, doesn't it, when 4 sets of human earbuds don't fit the contours of your inner ear. Anyway, hopefully these will do. Hope you're all well this morning. It's meant to be a lovely day here in York later. I hope it's nice. It's going to be nice where you are, as long as you're not using public transport. It becomes a mixed blessing then when it's sunny, doesn't it? Just give it one more minute. So for those of you that are here, just really starting to relax your body, because the aim is to be as relaxed as possible, and just let your mind unfold itself. And being relaxed really helps that process. Oh, good morning, Philippa. I'm Gustavo. How lovely to see a new person. Good morning. Looks like you're from Spain and you like meditation. Good. Well, it's really good to have you here. I hope you're well this morning. And we're going to be doing a loving kindness meditation this morning. And we'll get started because it's 7 o'clock. Let people join us as they wake up. But it's great to be here today. I'm Jo, and I'm from the York Buddhist Centre. And this morning we're just going to be doing a very relaxed, loving kindness meditation to start off our Friday. So welcome to all of you. It's great to have you here. And I just thought I'd just talk very briefly about compassion, as compassion has got a word in Buddhism, in Pali, which is karuna. That means compassion, roughly translated. And in our meditation this morning, we're trying to develop metta, which is roughly equivalent to loving kindness or friendliness. And compassion is what happens when you've got metta within you and you come across suffering in the world, either in other people or yourself. And when metta meets suffering, an emotion called compassion arises. Well, it's not an emotion, it's a feeling tone in the body, a compassion for whoever's suffering. And usually we're really good at feeling compassion for other people, or even if not people, animals. They really tend to trigger our compassion, which is a very positive emotion, because it doesn't mean that you will do anything for that person that's suffering. Because you've got to look after yourself as well. You deserve compassion just as much as anybody else or any animal. So you can't just give everything to other people, even when they're suffering. You've got to look after yourself first so that you're in a good state to be compassionate. So it is a really positive emotion. But in psychology, much of which is taken from Buddhism, there's talk about the 3 flows of compassion that we all need to keep healthy. And if you imagine that we've all got an inner reservoir inside of us that's filled with lovely cool water, lovely still, serene water. We've got this inner reservoir. If we give too much of our compassion to others, and especially if we're under a lot of stress ourselves, that reservoir can just start to run dry, can get the levels go down, and eventually it becomes dry and parched. And there's nothing left really to nourish ourselves or to nourish others. So the 3 flows of compassion, the first flow is from us to other people, other beings, when we see them suffering. And that can be humans or animals. And when we feel compassion, it spurs us into action really to do something, whether that's comforting someone by smiling, or opening a door for them, or maybe giving them money or a blanket, phoning the RSPCA if we think an animal is suffering. So that's a compassion flow from us to others. But the other 2 flows are very important as well. The second flow is allowing the flow of compassion from others to us, and being open, having that channel open. How many times do people offer to help us and we say, oh no, it's okay, I'm fine, I'm fine. We shut down that compassion channel. And there is a lot of love and friendliness out there in the world. Most of the universe we believe in Buddhism that all of the universe is benevolent. And you certainly come across that in your everyday life if you look carefully. People are inclined to be helpful and friendly in their natural state. So can we open up that channel today and receive compassion and care from other people and friendliness? And maybe when somebody gives us a compliment or wants to do something nice for us, say, thank you, that's really, really kind, thank you, I appreciate that. Just keeping that channel open. The third channel's probably even trickier because it's the compassion that we can give to ourselves, and we often leave ourselves out of the equation and maybe leave ourselves last when everything else is done, everyone else is catered for. We might then be compassionate to ourselves and sit down with a drink or put our feet up. But yeah, our inner reservoir means that we do have to really make a practice of self-compassion. And maybe that's something you can start this morning, and something you are practicing because you're here doing this loving kindness meditation this morning, to nourish yourself and just give yourself that inner reservoir. So that's just what I wanted to introduce before we start our meditation. So I'm just going to let those words settle, because they do take a while to sink in, and they kind of stimulate our thinking. And in meditation, it's nice to just let the thinking drop away a little bit and really come into our bodies. So just starting to arrive in this morning's meditation. Just taking a few deep breaths. And on the out breath, just being aware of the tension moving out through your body, maybe into the ground. Just focusing on the points of contact with the ground. And just noticing how it feels where your body meets the ground. What sensations can you detect there? Maybe some tingling or temperature changes. Just letting your mind connect. And just noticing. Feeling a sense of gravity that holds us on the earth. If you can, just releasing any tension, any contraction, just letting it go. And now just noticing your breath, just the passage of the breath into your chest. And noticing how each breath is just slightly different from the one before. Some feel smooth, some feel a little bit jagged or rough. But however they are, that's okay. Just coming into your body. Just being open to sensing your heart center, which is just behind your lower rib cage, the center of the body. And this is a seat of a lot of positive emotions, friendliness, compassion, joy. Just being open to whatever shows up in your heart center this morning as we go through the Metta Bhavana. And if you do feel some warmth or a feeling of opening in your heart center, just noticing it, just resting your attention there. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to prolong it, just notice it and be aware of it. And we're going to start our Metta Bhavana this morning by just turning our thoughts to ourselves this morning. How are you? What shape is your mind this morning? Is it positive or negative, or maybe just neutral? And however it is, that's absolutely fine. That's how you are. You're a being, a wonderful being. So many factors have come together for you to be here, alive in the present moment, doing this meditation. But you're like a jewel. You have many sides. Some of your sides you really like, and then there's other bits of you that you're not keen on. You live with a very complex human mind, which is always wanting to cling on to things, relationships, a fixed view of who you are or who you think you should be. Just natural for those things to hook the human mind, and that's really tough. So can you look upon yourself with loving kindness this morning, with friendliness? Maybe imagine just looking at yourself with a kindly gaze. And trying to direct your love and compassion towards yourself as a being in this world. Can we genuinely wish ourselves well this morning? May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. Now we're going to invite into our meditation a good friend, someone who's maybe shown us kindness or maybe given us some good advice in the past. Just inviting your friend in your imagination into the meditation space. Maybe you can imagine their face or their gestures, the way they laugh or the way they talk. Can we direct some loving kindness towards our friend this morning? This person who's been good to us in some way. Because we know that they suffer just as we all do as they go through life. They get hooked on what they think they should be doing, onto fixed views of things, fixed plans that maybe sometimes come off and sometimes don't. They've got things that are so important to them that they cling on to. but ultimately are impermanent. Can we direct friendliness and compassion towards this being? Maybe imagine sending them metta, friendliness, just directing it towards them like some lovely golden sunshine. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. I'm going to turn our thoughts now to a neutral person, somebody that we don't know, a stranger, or a neighbour that we don't talk to necessarily, someone on a market stall or in a newsagent's. Just picturing that person wherever you bump into them. And it's likely that you don't have a strong reaction to this person, and that maybe you just feel a bit neutral about them. Nothing really shows up when you think about them. And that's really natural because we tend to invest our emotion and love in people that we know and are close to. But this stranger has got so much in common with us and with our loved ones. Their life is so important to them. They have plans, ideas, and a view of the future that's probably quite fixed. And ultimately, they suffer from just things changing in life. People dying or getting ill, circumstances changing. Even for the better, that can still cause some suffering. Can we direct some friendliness and kindness towards this stranger? Maybe you can imagine smiling at them with a kindly gaze. This is a fellow being. Can you open your heart to this stranger or neutral person just a little bit? Just really bringing them into your awareness. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. Now we're going to turn towards someone who gives us difficult feelings, someone who's quite tricky to be around, maybe someone we find a bit frustrating or annoying, just rubs us up the wrong way. Just bringing that person to mind. Can we direct some loving kindness towards this being this morning? Because we know that in so many ways they're just like us. They cling to things, to relationships, to ideas, expectations of how things should be in their life. Sometimes things are going well for them, but ultimately they come across impermanence, insubstantiality, and they suffer because they weren't expecting that. And sometimes they probably get to quite a deep level of suffering because they may not be someone who attracts many friends naturally. Can we open our heart to this being this morning, this difficult person? Just directing friendliness and kindliness towards them. And at the same time, being aware of our own needs in this, because this isn't an easy thing to do. We might normally write this person off in our mind or feel negatively towards them, which causes our body to contract and carry that poison of negativity. Can we let that go just for a few minutes? And direct loving kindness towards this difficult person. Just being aware of your own heart center as you breathe in and out. Turning to the difficult person in your imagination and saying from the heart, May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. And now in the final stage of the meditation, just bringing all four of you together in your mind as yourself, your friend, a neutral person, a stranger, and a person that gives you difficult feelings. Can you imagine you all together, maybe in a field or in a park, perhaps in a wide spaced out circle? And can we imagine loving kindness reaching it all four people equally? And don't forget yourself in that, because you're just as important and deserving of metta as the other three. And maybe imagining the golden sunlight of friendliness falling on all four of you, warming you, helping you feel nourished. And as you breathe in, just being open to your own heart center in the middle of your chest. Maybe it's really glowing now. Maybe there's some energy there. And if it feels like there's enough, maybe you can spread that loving kindness even further in your imagination to everyone that's in your house, everyone that's in your street, your neighborhood. Maybe you can imagine that metta traveling through your country and all around the world. Up into the sky, touching all the beings up there, the birds, astronauts, travelers, and imagine it going down into the ground where the earth creatures are. Just being with that feeling of loving kindness, friendliness, and metta. May we all May we all be happy. May we all be free from suffering. I hope you enjoyed our meditation this morning, and I hope that you can take that idea of being compassionate to others, but also to yourself, to fill up your inner reservoir, and accepting compassion from other people and kindliness and friendliness, and just welcoming that. And that'll help keep you topped up with compassion and metta. So it's lovely to spend some time with you this morning. I really wish you well with your day ahead. And yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday. Shaki Padar is going to be doing Monday, myself on Tuesday, and then Shaki Padar Wednesday, Thursday, and then me on Friday again. So you've got a double dose of me. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy the weekend in whatever way, with whatever you're doing. And it's lovely to connect with you. Have a good day. See you soon. Lots of love. Bye.